You know, we're all chasing love, right? But today, we're not talking about getting it from other people. We're talking about the most powerful, life-changing relationship you will ever have, the one with yourself. It's a skill that, honestly, we often forget to build. So let's dive into how to master it.
Have you ever been there? You hit a major goal. You get the job, you make the money, you find the relationship, and for a minute it's great, but then that empty feeling starts to creep back in. If that sounds familiar, you are definitely not alone. It's a classic sign that something deeper is missing, a gap between our external achievements and our internal world.
And that right there, that's the whole point. True, lasting contentment isn't really found in what you achieve out there in the world. It's about how you feel when you're all alone with your own thoughts. That internal peace, that's the real prize. So how in the world do we get there? Well, we've got a roadmap. First up, we're going to define what self-love actually is. Then we'll walk through 4 practical pillars to build it. We'll rewire your inner world, curate your mental diet, protect your peace, and finally, practice active self-care. Okay, so what are we really talking about when we say self-love? It's not just some warm, fuzzy feeling that comes and goes. It's a fundamental commitment. It's a promise you make to yourself. Let's just clear the air on this, because there are some huge misconceptions. Self-love is not being selfish or arrogant, and it's definitely not about ignoring your mistakes. Actually, it's the exact opposite. It's about being kind to yourself, especially when you mess up. It's about accepting all your flaws right here, right now, not waiting for some future perfect version of you that doesn't even exist. Think about it like this. We give kindness and forgiveness to our friends and family so easily, don't we? Well, self-love is just turning that same compassion inward. It's a promise to be your own safe harbor, especially when the world feels cold and harsh. All right, on to our first pillar. This is all about rewiring your inner world. This is the deep internal work. It's about changing the way you think and, more importantly, the way you talk to yourself, especially when things go wrong. I mean, just picture that for a second. We would never, ever speak to a child the way we so often speak to ourselves after a simple mistake. We'd offer them compassion, we'd help them clean it up. So why do we deny ourselves that same basic kindness? You deserve that compassion, most of all from yourself. Oh man, this is a trap that so many of us fall into. We tell ourselves, I'll love myself when I get that promotion, or I'll love myself when I lose the weight. But perfection is a total illusion. The finish line just keeps moving further away, leaving you in this constant state of feeling like you're not enough. Now, this is the mindset that sets you free. You don't have to wait to be worthy of your own love. You can accept yourself fully right in this moment, while you're also committed to growing. You are enough today, even as you're becoming better tomorrow. Okay, on to our second pillar, curating what you feed your mind. It's just like your body. What you eat affects how you feel, right? Well, your mind is shaped by the information, the content, and the thoughts you consume every single day. Just imagine 2 different mornings. Person A wakes up, immediately grabs their phone, and starts scrolling through toxic social media, comparing themselves to others, consuming negative news. Person B wakes up, takes a moment for gratitude, maybe listens to something inspiring, and just sits in silence for 10 minutes. Who do you think is going to have a better day? Who is actively practicing self-love? Those first few choices you make in the morning, they set the tone for everything. So what can you actually do? It's pretty straightforward. Unfollow any account that makes you feel bad about yourself. Mute the endless negativity and gossip. And this is a big one. Every time you catch yourself with a self-hating thought, you have to actively replace it with a healing one. Because remember, your brain doesn't judge whether a thought is true or not. It just believes what it hears over and over again. It's time to start a new playlist in your head. Pillar 3. This is where we shift our focus from our inner world to how we interact with the outer world. This is all about understanding your own inherent worth and then setting the boundaries necessary to protect it. Okay, I want you to really think about this. Imagine a crisp $100 bill. Now imagine you crumple it up into a tight ball. You step on it, maybe even get it a little dirty. Does any of that change its fundamental value? Of course it's still worth $100, and so are you. Your value isn't determined by your mistakes, or by what other people say about you, or by the tough times you've been through. Your value is constant. It's unchanging. You don't have to earn it. You just have to start recognizing it.
And once you truly understand your value, you naturally start wanting to protect it. And that's where boundaries come in. So many of us are taught that saying no is rude or selfish. It's not. Saying no is responsible. Saying I need some space isn't selfish, it's an act of survival. You are quite literally teaching people how you expect to be treated. And that brings us to our fourth and final pillar, which is all about putting self-love into action. Active self-care. And let's be really clear here. This is about so much more than just bubble baths and spa days.
See, real self-care isn't about escaping your life for a couple of hours. It's about building a life that you don't feel the need to escape from. It's the small, consistent, daily actions you take to honor your own needs. And just look at how simple and accessible these things are. This isn't about spending a bunch of money. It's about giving yourself permission to rest. It's drinking a glass of water. It's taking just 10 minutes to disconnect from all the noise. Think of these as small daily deposits you're making into your own well-being bank account. So as we start to wrap this all up, let's just lock in a few final, powerful truths. First, you are not defined by who you used to be or the mistakes you made way back when. Your identity is your growth, your resilience, the progress you are making every single day. This one is so important. It's about acknowledging your own humanity. Yeah, you've stumbled, you've fallen, but look at you. You survived, you learned from it. You're still here, and you're still trying. And that strength it takes to get back up, that is so much more important than the fact that you fell in the first place. And this, really, is the ultimate destination of this whole journey. It's this deep, unshakable self-reliance. It's knowing, in your bones, that you are your own source of love, support, and companionship. You don't have to wait for someone else to come along and validate you, because you validate yourself. You are never, ever truly alone, because you always have you. So I'll leave you with this one question. Self-love isn't just a big idea to understand. It's a practice. It's something you do. And it all starts with one small, intentional act of kindness. So what will yours be today?